Y'all, I cannot wait until Maxwell and Aisha tell Mama Maria about their new plan. It's gonna be fire. It's gonna be so good. Hi, I'm Danny. Welcome to my dark desk. Grab your sippy sippies, your puffy puffies, because we're here to talk about 90 Day Fiancé, Ashia and Maxwell. This is season 12, episode 9. Actions speak louder than words. Ashia and Maxwell start off the episode. They are coming back from the market, but they're going out to eat. So they're going up the stairs. Maxwell is trying to hold Aisha's hand. Aisha's not about it. Maxwell is pointing it out like, yo, can you not drop my hand or swipe my hand away in public? We see a flashback of him putting his hand on her and she's swiping away. I'm trying to hold her hand, her swiping away. And she said that you've been getting on my nerves and like, leave me alone. Every time he says, hey, you keep dropping my hand in public, you keep pushing my hand away in public. What's that about? She's like, boy, if you don't leave me alone, boy, you're getting on my nerves. Like completely dismissing the fact that he is clearly hurt by this rejection. In the interview, Aisha is taken aback by the fact that Maxwell is acting different. He's talking to her with a lot of bass in his voice, and that she says that he is listening to outside opinions and is influencing how he treats her, and that's not gonna work for her. Ultimately, she's like, he is not the man I fell in love with. Yeah, because you wanted somebody that you could run and build and who doesn't have talk back and doesn't have feelings, and he's not the one nor the two apparently. At the table, they sit down. Aisha asks him what's wrong, and Maxwell says, we've been arguing a lot and I don't like that. Aisha starts getting loud and saying, well, you've been acting kind of crazy, you've been acting kind of aggressive, and he's just saying, lower your voice, because they're in public, they're at a restaurant, it looks like a really swanky place, and he's like, hush. And she's like, well, I need clarification about what you said in the car. We flash back to him saying that, are you sure that God wants us to get married? And she's like, I don't understand how you could say that. How could you have doubts about that? How could you doubt God? Maxwell says he just wants things done the right way. He wants peace between him and her, and peace between her and his family. And Aisha's like, well, I'm not disrespecting your family. And Maxwell says, you better not. And he got extra bassy when he said that. And Aisha tells him to hush. And at this point, I think the waiter's coming through. Maxwell says, you don't tell me to hush. At that point, Aisha gets up and she's like, well, you better think. Very Aretha Franklin and Blues Brothers. You better think. Okay, I'm not gonna sing. So she gets up, she goes to the bathroom, she washes her hands very vigorously. Like, this is not the man I married. Boo hoo hoo. When she walks away, Maxwell's like, am I doing things right? Am I doing things wrong? So she comes back. Aisha lays it out. She's like, you've always been nice and you've always been loving. You've always been kind. And lately you have not been loving nor nice nor kind. You've pretty much gotten different since you've been around your family, and you need to let me know what you want to do, if you still want to go through with this relationship or not, because I could just pick up my mama and just go back to America. And Maxwell's like, you could just do that, you could just drop everything, break us up, and just go about your life like it didn't matter. She's like, yeah. Aisha said that this is a partnership and you have to decide if you want to be a part of this. It's so funny that she's saying partnership when this heifer doesn't know how to compromise. She's like, if you have any reservations, now is the time. She brings up the whole Southern woman thing, and obviously this is destined by God because you're not going to meet other Southern women in Nigeria. So obviously this is meant to be. And Maxwell starts to talk and she interrupts him again. Every time he tries to talk, she interrupts him. So I don't really have a good sense of what he really said in this conversation, other than the times he had bass in his voice. She asked him if he wants this relationship, that he has to want her 100% without a doubt, and that is not realistic. Everybody has doubts in every relationship. It's just the nature of the game, because sometimes you have bad dates, you have bad encounters, and you're like, bro, should I be doing this? Or is that just me and my avoided ass? Maxwell says his family has to have a place in his relationship. Aisha says, I love your family, you don't have to worry about that. Lies. And Maxwell says, I choose you. And Aisha actually low-key starts to cry, and she says, we have to pray, we have to keep God first, and we have to like get ahead of the enemy. And I don't know if Maxwell realizes it, but when she says get ahead of the enemy, she's talking about your family, Maxwell. So y'all already have two different values. She thinks anybody who would say anything bad about her is the enemy. They decide that they're going to be together. They talk about their visa options, the K1, the spousal visa, and they decide that the spousal visa is the best option. I don't know who brings it up, but ultimately they decide that they're going to get married on this trip, given that all their family is already together. And in the interview, Maxwell says he's excited to call her his wife and for her to call him her husband, in, but he's worried about his family and what his family will think. He knows that his family will think that this is really, really hasty. That's how their segment ends. This is, wait till they bring this home to Mom. I can't wait to see what Mama Maria says. I didn't see the clip of the next week's episode, but I bet you Mama Maria is gonna come through. That is my recap of Aisha and Maxwell. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, hype, do what you deem fit. Keep your sippy sippies, your puffy puffies close, but your instincts closer, and I'll be sure to catch you on the flips. Bye. But y'all were online. Y'all were on a dating app, right? Like, didn't they meet on the dating app? Was it Facebook? Facebook is not God ordained.